All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Not Fancy League. We are sitting here post week 8, going into week 9. A big shakeup in the standings, a big shakeup kind of in the league all around. So let's just go right into our standings update. Let's just look at this.
It's a nice one. It's a it's a sided one for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, the East swept the West this week. It's a tough week. And then you got some league news as commissioner coming up in a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's a clear divide on talents. I think is drawing out.
Yes. The fact that there's now four teams over 500 in the East and one in the West, and that one team over 500 has lost 3 straight games. I think there's a pretty large discrepancy between these two different divisions. So that will tie right into my announcement. And this is not necessarily having to do with just the state of the way the league is in. I just found out today that I can't change the playoff format. So as of right now, and the way that it will be from this point forward, sorry to anybody who's upset about this, each division winner gets into the playoffs. And then the other 2 spots are wild card spots. So they could come from the same division. So we could see 3 playoff teams from the East Division and only 1 from the West. It's going to be determined by head-to-head record. So if you have a better record over your intra-division opponent, you'll make it over them. And then the tiebreaker beyond that is points for. So if you score more points for total, that's how you get into the playoffs. Those are the 2 criteria that we'll be using to determine the playoffs from this point forward. If you have any complaints, come to me about it. I can't change it on ESPN. So that's the way that it's going to be from this point forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tanking. I have 4 players that should be on IR right now, so I'm not really too worried about it. But I wonder if it'll change strategies, definitely in our division.
Yeah, it might change strategies. Yeah, for sure. I know
it was kind of like
DeMarco Murray's thinking about switching already.
Yeah, like it's him or Arias now to get that 1 spot. So it's like, All right, let's just get into it. It's the end of the weeks. I was going to make a baseball reference, but I don't know baseball, so.
Yeah, so let's just talk a little bit here about the standings. We'll hold the standings back up just so everyone can see them again. As you can see, big thing, there are no more winless teams. Team Blasek gets their first win in a big way. We'll go on that. He went crazy this week. And the Rock Springs Football Club is officially 6-2, out in front by themselves. 89% playoff percentage, almost a lock at this point for the playoffs. They're playing really, really well. The addition of Tyreek Hill seems to be paying off for Rock Springs Football Club.
Yeah, he's dominant right now. All right. So we'll just head into the L's of the week. First guy, I got Cortland Sutton. Terrible week. Only got like 2.3 points. Just a bad week. Not a good week for the Broncos really at all. But yeah, I mean yours really takes the cake right here.
Yeah. This was by far just the absolute worst. The Derek Carr, Devontae Adams combination, I think they combined for 4 points. And the fact that they're both on, where's DeMarco Murray, they're both on Alex's team, was a big reason why he lost this week. Team Blasey going crazy is another reason why he lost. But the fact that his Raiders combined for 4 points is just, it doesn't get worse than that. It should be a number 1 receiver, should be a serviceable quarterback. You got none of those things.
Yeah. No, I mean, they only had like 116 yards in the whole offense.
Yeah.
So they only passed a 50 in the fourth quarter or something. It was just an embarrassing game. But
yes.
Let's see. I think they'll bounce back. I mean, Devontae Adams is probably too good to get. Derek Carr,
I don't know. They look so
shockingly bad.
They look so
bad.
bad.
I don't get it.
So, but
now having from the lows to the highs for the MVP of the week.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got Alvin Kamara dropping 3 touchdowns. Really balling out, getting 42 points. Just had himself a day. Thought might be getting traded. Turns out still a Saint through the deadline.
Yeah, he's still a Saint. Probably the 3 touchdown thing may have played a factor into that. Although maybe that drove up his price too much. I don't totally know. But my MVP of the week, I'm going into the 3 touchdown performance. A.J. Brown. He was awesome. No one could guard him on the entire Steelers team. He was pointing at him all, letting him know that he couldn't possibly guard him. He was going absolutely crazy. And just a momentary shout out, Deontay Foreman, 3 touchdowns as well. A lot of 3 touchdown performances this week. CMC, 3 touchdowns, all different kinds. But I'm going to A.J. Brown, his 3 receiving touchdowns, a big reason for the Team Blassie victory.
Well, it was great when AJ Brown was pointing at those guys. Tomlin actually subbed one of those guys off after after that play, so maybe he was helping them out.
All right, and then we're going to do a temporary segment right now. Just let us know how you think this goes. This is going to be guys on the block. And we're just going to name guys that are on the trade block. So it's if you have guys, let us know who is on the trade block. We can let the rest of the league know. And if you're targeting someone in particular and you've been offering trades, you can kind of use us as a medium to communicate through the league. So our first one is Tyler has a couple of guys on the block.
Yeah, right now I have Aaron Jones, Zach Ertz, and then you know what? I might throw Sutton on there as well. For guys that are willing to be tradable. I'm looking for picks, so if you're willing to trade, come find me.
Guys on the block.
What about you? You got anybody?
I don't. I'm kind of staying pat because I want to see how the division shakes out because there's a chance that I end up just turning this whole thing around and trying to make a run at it for some reason. But we'll see. There's one thing I had one thing I wanted to say about that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We can just go into the games this week.
Let's do it. We got the first game of the week. We got ourselves Rock Springs Football Club versus the Standard. And, of course, like the trend all week, the East is going to win. Rock Springs with 197 points.
Yes.
Dominating versus Standard with a respectable 130. But, I mean, you just had Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and Delvin Cook all getting 25-plus points. It's going to be a good day for feasting.
Yeah, it's starting to be the thing that his quarterbacks really aren't – like, he doesn't have a quarterback. Like, he has Tom Brady, he doesn't have a quarterback. But his position players – like, just this, I'll throw his team back up there. His position players are as good as it gets. He has 3 elite running backs and 2 elite receivers. I think he has the number 1 and number 3 receivers, and Chubb, Henry are both top 5. So he's absolutely just tearing it up right now. He looks really, really good. He looks – not unbeatable, but that's the most points we've seen so far this in the entire history of our league. No one's broken 200, 197.2, absolutely crazy performance. Seems like he had everybody that was going off. He was just really, really good. But moving into our next game here, we got Team Blassie versus the Standard. We were talking about this game. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Standard. Team Blassie versus Where's DeMarco Murray. There we go. And Team Blassie here, as you can see, went absolutely crazy as well. 188 points. To go from winless to the second most points in the of the week. The A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts connection is really good. And the Travis Etienne thing looks like it's paying off. It's a pretty good running back to have.
Yeah, Travion Etienne looks pretty good. I mean, they did trade for Jeff Wilson, see if he comes back a little bit more. But I think Etienne's really kind of showed out that he has potential to be his guy. Good week. And then, Garrett Wilson showed out that he can be a productive wide receiver going forward.
Yeah, and
head into the...
It's the only thing is it's tough when you have the CMC thing and the rest of your team just absolutely lays an egg and no one does anything. Because CMC was awesome this week, but just 188 points, you got no shot.
No. It's one of those weeks, though, if your team lays an egg, it's a good time because it's 188 points. You're probably not going to beat them. Unless, we were the game prior with Rock Springs. Heading to the third game, we got Payne McManus versus your team, Money Manziel. And Robert took the L early on this one, but it wasn't, too much. I mean, again, the other team scored 160 points. A lot of points.
There was a lot of points this week, yes.
Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle just being 2 elite wide receivers, and then Tua dropping points. And, so, Lamar Jackson did serve well a lot. Just the whole team just did fine other than Tyler Higbee. Yeah,
there was Mahomes on a bye, so he starts Tua, and Tua has an awesome game. And then I was watching football, and I made a comment to Alex before we started watching football that, oh, man, I'm starting 2 Panthers today. How am I going to win this game? And then my 2 Panthers go crazy, and everybody else absolutely sucks. But it was, I don't know. I didn't do terrible. I didn't do well either. That's kind of what I expect out of my team, which... I don't know. We have 2 first-round picks. And DJ Moore, I don't know.
There we go. Heading to the fourth game. Field of Dreams, 5 straight wins.
Yes.
One of the hottest teams right now versus my team, the Danger Witch. Not a good performance from my team. A lot of underperformers. Christian Kirk, Cortland Sutton, with the L of the week. And then Kyler Murray showed out, said that, he has some potential, even on a Call of Duty opening weekend. But again, you You have Kamara dropping 42 points. It's going to be a tough weekend.
Yeah, that was kind of a pretty big hurt. That's kind of the only thing that really went crazy. Like, Kamara is pretty good, and the fact that he was 0-3 and now he's 5-3 is a pretty big deal because he's right in the playoff thing. He might be in the playoffs if the playoffs started today. So he's absolutely turned it around. He was my only A draft grade, I believe, that I gave was Fields of Dreams, and he started 0-3, but he's absolutely turning it on. But yeah, he's just looks really, really good. And then going into our last game that we had was Team Squigs versus Team Arius. And talking about a team that's won 5 straight games, a team that's lost 3 straight games in Team Arius, dropping now to 5-3. Things are really starting to go downhill. Kind of looking at some question marks. Man, Tony Pollard's really, really good, but nobody else was. This wasn't a dominant game for Josh Allen, so he just didn't really have enough firepower to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is recording after the trade deadline ended, but now it'll be interesting to see how productive T.J. Hawkinson will be going forward, because there's clearly Justin Jefferson going to be the number one. I mean, Grant St. Brown was as well, but interesting if he still be like one of those top tight ends. Yeah. But yeah, for Squigs, I mean, great game. D-Hop showing off why D-Hop's still one of the best receivers in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, heading for the Week 6 preview now, we got a little bit of a mess up. I don't think anybody caught it.
Yes, yeah.
Somehow we had like my game. I had like 5 more games than Robert.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I don't know how that happened. But so now we have to put it up on the screen. Last week's record was me 14-6 with Robert being 11 losses, 9 wins. And then now I swept the board with 5-0, taking me to 19-6, and Robert with a 4-1 to 13-12. A lot better scoring and a lot closer game going forward. Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, it was crazy that the one game that I picked differently, I lost. I mean, it's crazy how that works, I guess. But you know, we're sticking around. We're there. I kind of need to make a move here. I'm starting to run out of weeks in order to make a move. So I need you to throw up something bad. But the thing is, if I'm gonna keep like picking after you, if I'm gonna keep trailing you, then I don't know how I would make up any ground. So maybe the strategy switches up this week. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, you know, gotta pay attention to the rest of the video. Heading over to the first game, we got the standard versus Team Arius. Yeah, it'd be interesting if Team Arius can turn around, get the losing streak to end. But honestly, I want to go with the standard here with a victory. I think Arius is on spiral. If he doesn't get more help in the running back role, I don't know if he can actually go on for a win. And I think the standard might get a win this week, an upset starting right here.
I'm gonna go Team Arius. I think Josh Allen bounces back with a really, really good game. He kind of fell apart in the second half of that Sunday night game. Just really wasn't putting up the numbers that people thought he would. I think he's going to come back, play really, really well, and just ride that performance to a victory. So moving on to our next game, we got Money Manziel versus Fields of Dreams, the absolute hottest team coming at a very average team in my team. I'm going to go with Fields of Dreams. He's got pretty good running backs. Austin Eckler and Alvin Kamara are both pretty good.
They are pretty good, but you know what? I believe in you. I think you're, like you said, take a shot to get in that final playoff spot, and you're probably going to get it. I think Deontay Foreman, I think he's going to show off that he's a legit talent in the NFL.
Again.
Yeah, back to back. And then we got Where's DeMarco Murray versus Team Danger Witch, and this is an easy one. I'm easily going to take Where's DeMarco Murray. Yeah, not much to say. I'm not even projected 100 points this week. So.
Do you have everyone starting?
I have 7 people on bye, or including injuries.
Okay.
I need waiver wires.
I'm gonna go. Where's DeMarco Murray as well? Yeah, Kelsey's back from the bye. Herbert should look good. Maybe Devontae Adams catches a touchdown. We'll see. And then moving into Team Blasi versus Squigs. I'm going to ride the hot hand here. I'm taking Team Blasi to go win 2 games in a row.
Oh.
Over Team Squigs. I think Team Squigs, they have good players, but I think that they're missing something. I feel like they're, out of all those teams in the East, this is the one that's going to end up falling short, perhaps. And Team Blasi does something. They do something.
I'm going to trail you on this one. I like Blasi as well here. I think they got a lot of help with the trade deadline. I think Mooney might be more productive with not being, focal point as the only capable receiver on the Bears, and then ETN maybe get some more help with some rest and see how it goes. I don't know. I think Blasi might start taking a turn here, and maybe the number 1 pick might be for grabs again.
Maybe. We'll see. And then moving into, actually the game of the week. Like, this is a very, very big deal game. Like, this is going to have playoff implications. It is the Rock Springs Football Club versus Payne and the McManus. And they are the 2 best teams right now. I think they're kind of undisputed. Maybe not undisputed 1 and 2, but they are up there with everybody. And it's going to be a really, really, really big deal game. Like, if you're going to tune into any game this week that's not your own, go ahead and pay attention to this one. I would highly, highly recommend that. And I'm going to go with the Rock Springs Football Club. They're absolutely on fire right now. But it's Payne and the McManus is a team that could definitely beat them.
Yeah, definitely. They could be the team that beat them, except it won't be this week. Maybe in the playoffs. I just think Rock Springs got that just drive right now. I mean, they're just a juggernaut right now, and unless Cooper Kupp is the injury, so not even supposed to be. He's supposed to be playable this week again. Mm-hmm. So I don't even think right now, unless without injuries, they're like the big favorite right now to win the whole thing.
Yes, yeah, they definitely look like that. They look really, really good. Keep in mind more divisional games will start happening. So we'll start having really, really important divisional games as these kind of start to happen again. Got to win your division games in order to get in. That's how it works. We're going.
I just realized because you said week 12 you got to choose your own opponent. Now with those 2 wildcard slots, it'd be more enticing because it's not just 2 slot in spot. I think it could be a little more enticing now coming toward the final weeks for week 12.
For sure.
Who chooses who?
Yeah, the old catch-up week. What was it? Sponsored by Acrisure. For those of you that didn't get my joke last time, that's the name of the Heinz Field that they changed to Acrisure. Instead of it being Heinz Field, it's Acrisure Field. I'm going to throw it up there again so that we can get it this time. Oh, man. All right, we're going to our interview. This is my dad. He's the oldest person in the league. He's got a young team. And all right, here he is. All right, we are here with my dad, Bob of the Standard. He is sitting kind of towards the bottom of our division, but he has a pretty young team. So welcome to the Not Fancy League.
It's great to be here. I'm a big fan.
Thanks for being part of it. So we usually ask one of the first questions, how do you know the commissioner? But I feel like we already kind of established that.
Yes. He used to live down the hall from me in Winfield.
Yeah. There we go. And then the second question we usually do is what's your favorite football team? And what got you into fantasy?
Yeah, it's the Bears, sadly. Although I do like that they got rid of everybody and got the picks. If somebody wants Fields, they could have Fields too, if you want.
Fields is awesome. Come on, Fields is the answer. Come on.
Okay. And then into fantasy, I've been doing fantasy baseball for 25 years. Long time. I guess it's almost 30 because it was back with fax machines. We used to fax each other this stuff. But football's easier because it's just once a week,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we're going to pull up your team right here so everybody can see it. And then let's just kind of go through your draft strategy. What were you thinking about early on? What were you trying to do? So here's the team, and just kind of let us know what you were doing.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of us knew what we were doing with the first time when we did it. It's just we didn't know. Yeah, there's not any running backs that you would want in those first couple rounds. I don't know who you would take. But I took Najee, and he's doing commercials now, so so that's not good. Josh Allen's doing commercials, but I can't figure out if he's trying to act like he's not a good actor or he's just not a good actor.
That's what Mahomes does. Is he acts like he's not a good actor.
Well, Mahomes he's got a full-time job over here. If you've never been in Kansas City, he's on every other commercial.
Too many layers of ironic acting that you never know now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
And when you go to a grocery store here in Kansas, every time you turn an aisle, you either see Mahomes or Kelsey. They're at the end of every aisle selling
there's a lot
something.
of Kelsey, just huge cutouts. Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah, those two guys. But yeah, no, it was hard. I think I'm drafted for 8 years down the road. So when Pitts is 29, he'll be good, and he'll be on my team. Yeah, I guess we were trying to. Some of us were trying to think that way. That I don't have to pick a tight end now for the next 10, 12 years because I got Pitts, and he'll be okay by the end. When he gets a quarterback, a lot of people like that when they get. When they trade teams or whatever, they might be good. I was thinking DK is going to be great when he gets on a team with a real quarterback, but I guess Geno is a real quarterback. He's
apparently best quarterback in that division.
Yeah,
I don't think you can argue with that. I think he is.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, he is. He is the best quarterback. But that and it's just young guys and a little bit of everybody. But I don't know. It's very different. If we were to draft again, it would go very different.
I think so. Yeah.
That at those points or whatever. Because I guess quarterbacks are what you need.
Yeah, you do. But Theo's in first, and he doesn't have any quarterbacks. He just has Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, Derrick Henry, and another really good running back. I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb.
Chubb.
That's what he has.
Yeah.
And he just keeps winning games.
And I guess Chubb and Henry, they're good this year, and it could be good next year. But he doesn't have 12 years of Kyle Pitts.
That's true. He does not have 12 years of Kyle Pitts.
This guy does. I got the young quarterbacks too. I got T-Law and K-Pick. That's what I call them. I'm hoping they're going to be good. Those were the best quarterbacks of those draft classes last year. Best was Kenny. Year before that, I think it was Lawrence. We'll see as it goes on. But hopefully, I got who's got Mahomes and the other guy that's really
Trich. Peyton McManus, Trich.
Yeah, because he's got 3 really good quarterbacks. So hopefully that's me in 5 or 6 years. We'll see. Hey, what's with the guys offering all these crazy trades? Who is that does that?
That's everybody. I think everybody offers terrible trades. No one offers anyone anything.
Because there's no baseline of what picks are actually valued because nobody knows what we're doing. So it's kind of the Wild West for trading right now.
Nobody gets to watch draft day anymore. You guys aren't Sonny Weaver, and you're not going to get Bo Callahan from anybody. You're just not. It's stop watching that movie. Yeah, it's got to be worth something for everybody. I just can't give you my first 2 picks for these guys that you're going to cut next week. I'm just not going to do it. Yeah, that movie ruined a lot of things for everybody. We'll see. But that's Trich. So keep sending the trades. You never know. I might hit the wrong button eventually, and I am old. I can't see really well without my glasses, and I might say accept. But I think people think the game's passed me by, but I don't know that it necessarily has. I think I'm a bye-week manager, so I'm going to start turning it on here pretty quick.
All right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, because the bye weeks are starting to hit now.
Yeah.
You got 5, 6 players on bye this week. And with Calvin being suspended, you got 7 players.
He just got traded today.
He just got traded today, though. Yeah, he might be worth something. Yeah, I didn't really do good with those quarterbacks, picking 2 that were on a bye the same week.
Hold on. He got traded to the Jaguars, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your connection now?
It's going to be...
Oh, you got the stack.
Wait till 2030 when this thing turns the corner. Does Tyler get another $100 next year, or is he going to just have $1 forever?
We did touch on this in week 1. I'll throw it up right here. Tyler's the only team that has $1. Tyler's $1 for the rest of the year.
Get $1.
The one player I spent $60 on, I just cut. It was James Robinson, and now he's not even around.
Oh, that's right. It's like you go around. Does anybody got any money? And Tyler's like, I got $1. It's like, all right, does anybody got any real money? We got to get some food. Oh,
yeah, that was part of the reason, just trying to, because I never really did Fab before, and then I was looking online. They're like, yeah, use 40% of your budget.
Oh,
and I'm like, all right.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I never did that either. I eased into it a little bit. That's just funny when you see $1. And there's guys that have all 100 still.
Yeah, there's guys that haven't spent any money at all because I think they just wait till after the waivers are over and then they just add guys. Yeah.
So we did a new segment on the recording already. It's guys on the corner, on the block?
Guys
Yeah.
on the
Names-
block. Yeah.
Okay, guys on the block. Okay, yeah. So I already had mine. I already talked about mine. It was Jones and Ertz and maybe Sutton. Is there any guys for you right now that's on the block?
Yeah, but I mean, they'd have to be worth something. I mean, Najee, I don't think is worth anything. I guess people would want Pitts. Those quarterbacks are kind of okay. DK, I think, is worth something. But yeah, I think everybody's on the block all the time in this kind of league. Because if you can get something back, but it will be interesting to see the draft picks because we don't know who's going to be there. The can you throw in all 10 of your guys and pick 10 more?
What do you mean?
Yeah, they said that. Yeah, like if you don't, every player you don't add, you get an extra draft pick.
I think it would just all be 7th round draft picks.
I think it depends on where it lies. I don't know. We'll find out at draft day, but
I guess we'll see. I didn't know that was a thing until this exact moment.
Yeah. Well,
it's going great.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I mean, there's no telling who's going to be there and who's going to be good and who's going to not. And even the guys coming out, I mean, who knows who's going to be there.
Everything I've read, I've already been reading about the draft next year, is pointing at that the running back at Texas, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, he's going to be the number one guy. He's going to be a first-round pick running back. They said he's the best running back prospect since Saquon. So that's the number one overall pick.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
There's no 7'4" Frenchman coming out this year.
Unfortunately not.
That's basketball. Yeah, but I do think I'm going to turn my team around. I think I'm going to make the playoffs still, even though I'm down big. It's going to be just like that movie Rudy, where I come back and I win everything.
That helps me because now I'm just full on tanking. And I'm excited. I'm just trying to offload everything.
Okay. Well, there's one guy that can pass, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. In order for it to be like Rudy, do I got to get like a Hobbit on my team?
I think so.
I'll trade you Kyler Murray.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There's a Hobbit. I got a Hobbit on my team. Yeah. Was that Rudy? Was that movie the guy went from last to first? No.
I thought Rudy's you just get the tackle. It took 2 hours.
I said it was
he
like
gets
the
one
short
tackle
kid.
for a loss.
Like everyone gave their jersey up. Like, oh, everyone here.
I thought that was the movie
Rudy.
with the guy that was really big and was an offensive lineman and.
Oh no, the Oklahoma, or Nebraska, Arkansas, right?
What? No, I went to Old Miss or
the
something.
Blind Side?
No, that's not the Blind Side. The Blind Side's the one. The Blind Side's the one where they faced the team from Dallas, Texas. They're like a ragtag crew in high school.
Okay.
All right. I'm pretty sure that's Booby Miles' team.
That is Booby Miles. Can I draft? That's what I'm going to try and draft, Booby Miles. No, that one with Booby Miles. That wasn't he the water boy, where he had the best water in the whole thing. Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out the walk-on movie.
Rude.
That was rude.
Well, there's another walk-on where he's an offensive. Or
No.
Whatever.
That's the one where
is that the one where they're all in jail? Is that the one where they're all in jail and Adam Sandler comes in?
That's the one where they all died in a plane crash the year before, and then the guy from Texas comes back.
Matthew McConaughey gets involved.
Yeah, then he comes back, and he brings Bebo to a school in Virginia, West Virginia.
Yeah.
No, the guy from West Virginia is the guy that drafts for the Cleveland Browns.
You're right. That's Bo Callahan. Bo
Yeah,
Callahan
yeah.
comes out, and he gets number 7 pick and the number 1 pick.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a ton of editing right there to throw in all those different movie clips to over the whole entire
be
thing,
hard.
so everyone could keep up with what's going on right
And
there.
try to keep up with all this stuff. What is it with you and nouns? Every time somebody says a noun, you put a picture of it up there. I love my nouns. Yeah.
Honestly, if it wasn't like sometimes recording pretty late, we would add way more just pictures in.
Yeah, because sometimes once we get to the game recaps, we stop, but we do all the stuff before that. Like we'll just throw on the different standings in each game. But
Can I just throw out nouns and have you put them up there? Soap dish, Delaware, Mr. Krabs.
I just threw all those 3 in. I actually did.
Yeah. This 5-minute segment is going to take 45 minutes. to
It's gonna
edit.
take me so long to edit.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun. So, all right. So, yeah, I'm excited about the rest of the season. I am excited about the off season. And
it's going to be very intriguing. Very, very intriguing.
Right. For sure.
Well, thank you for joining us. This was a pleasure.
Yes, like I said, it's fun always watching you guys. So you guys are having a good times, and we appreciate that. Yeah. The little feedback on everybody's team. I like that you talk to everybody's team. Rob, you got to stop picking my team. I'm never going to win. That's how Tyler's got this lead on you.
I'm very excited for this egg bet.
I'm down a lot. I'm down a good chunk at this point. I'm down 6 games.
The only thing about the egg bet is I've seen you on a baseball team, Tyler. You're not a really good thrower.
I'm just trying to hit like 2. If I get like 7 eggs, hit 2, count as a win.
Yeah.
I might have to underhand toss it. Hopefully they'll break.
Yeah. So, you got to decide how far away you're going to talk and stand and how many eggs and that whole thing.
It is going to be out on the street in the cold. That's for sure. We're going to be out in front of my apartment, I think, just in the cold.
Yeah, I think it'll be great.
Or we might do it in front of Wrigley. That idea just came to me.
There we go.
Yeah.
Or just do it on Wrigley.
Just go inside. Just go inside.
This idea just came to me. We should make a music video about it. You guys are having fun. So yes, well, thank you for inviting me. I can't wait to see this episode and all the rest of the episodes. It's like I said, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we will keep doing them. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. We didn't record an outro, so you're gonna be part of our outro. This has been the Not Fancy League, as always. Best roast gets $5.
Bye, Adrian.